A reporter was like, "Hi, Jordan." Jordan's like, "Hello, reporter." And then they're like, "You got punched by Draymond Green. Is that correct?" He's like, "Yeah, that's correct." Everyone saw the videotapes. Like, cool. Draymond Green yelled, was erratic, got suspended, called Kevin Durant a bitch, and tried to grab LeBron's nuts. Is that correct? And then Jordan Poole's like, "Yes, I was there to witness all of it." And he's like, "Okay, how much did Draymond Green contribute to you leaving?" And he's like, "Well, I'm in Washington, aren't I? Because now I'm depressed. I'm here with Kyle Kuzma. I'm here with, I don't know who's even on the Wizards anymore, but it's going to be Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma for the most part, and Tyus Jones." And he's like, "Basically what happened is it was me or Draymond. They signed me to a max contract, underperformed in the playoffs, but we couldn't be on the same team. They went ahead and chose Draymond Green over me. And then also, Kevin Durant is also gone now too." And Jordan Poole basically articulated that Draymond Green is the reason that he is gone. Everyone thought he could be a CJ McCollum type player for them, 6th man of the year off the bench. And then Kevin Durant is gone. Everyone thought he could be one of the greatest ever if he stayed in Golden State. But not only did KD leave and go to the Nets, Jordan Poole also left, which with Kevin Durant leaving, that's like probably an extra 2 rings there, if I'm being generous and counting the 4th one that they just won. And then Jordan Poole is also, they forced a really bad trade to dump a contract where they just basically got Chris Paul for him, who's an old, broken down player, for Draymond Green, who after the game goes and does his podcast, which I love, by the way. But Draymond Green is someone who forced Kevin Durant out the door, got suspended in a critical game and cost them having the greatest season ever because Steph's knees were barely holding up towards the end of that run. And then also, when he got challenged by Kendrick Perkins, his first instinct was to call him a racial slur, and then kind of destroyed all his credibility right there. And then all he does is attack the media, attack other players, and now he's forced KD, Jordan Poole out the door. And then the Warriors made the decision to sign him to a 4-year, $100 million deal. Definitely deserves his money, but I think Draymond is someone whose scoring is definitely declining, and he doesn't even show any interest in the regular season. And Jordan Poole is one of those guys who will kind of get you through some of those tough stretches in the regular season. You can kind of say, "Hey, go get us 30.
Yeah, I think Jordan Poole, it made a lot more sense for their future to keep Jordan Poole. He seems like somebody who could learn under Steph. He's still super young, so he still has an opportunity to develop, get better with his game, and then potentially have Steph pass the torch to him come a couple of years down the road. But now I look at the Warriors and I'm like, okay, you have the big 3 who are all aging. Steph Curry is going to be 35 this year. Klay Thompson starting to regress pretty considerably. And you have Draymond, who's 34. How much longer does he have? I understand why they read up to him. This is kind of like a legacy contract for him. He's probably going to spend the rest of his career in Golden State. But if you're talking about the future of the Warriors, those 2 opportunities kind of detrimented them tremendously. After KD left, they got D'Angelo Russell, who they flipped for Andrew Wiggins, which I don't think that helped them whatsoever. It got them the 2nd pick, but they picked the wrong guy. And then they got Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole was like basically the 6th man, could have been a 6th man of the year candidate. But now he's in Washington because of Draymond. So I think he definitely, there's no doubt about it, he pushed both of those guys out. Kevin Durant, I think, is the most telling, because had Draymond just kind of let his ego subside, maybe he stays. I do think Kevin Durant would have left anyways, but I think there's definitely an argument to be made there. I think the tensions that were built up throughout that year was what kind of prevented them, plus injuries from winning that 2019 finals. I still think Kevin Durant would have left. But either way, he forced 2 guys out, and now he's going to continue to stay there as he gets older, regresses, while the rest of the team regresses. And I think it hinders the Warriors' future down the road.
Yeah, and they're lucky because Draymond has gotten suspended, cost them the greatest season ever, which should have been cause enough to pause and think about Draymond Green. And then he gets suspended versus Sacramento when they're down 0-2. Thankfully, Steph Curry is Steph Curry, and he was able to pull out that win at home. But after that, he was very non-apologetic about it. And then he was like, this is just who I am and part of my game. So it's like showing no sign of self-awareness that maybe if we're going to sign you to a 4-year, $100 million deal, you should be available in key situations in the playoffs. And I get he destroyed Sabonis's psyche, but you stomped on someone and then your response to it was, I couldn't have stepped. Like, where else am I supposed to step? Like, you definitely put a little extra in it than you should have with Sabonis, but who am I to say? And then you go ahead, you're out here kicking Steven Adams, not once, but twice in the nuts. Hit Russell Westbrook in the nuts too. Tried to grab LeBron. And then down that road, what I think happened with Kevin Durant is you have all the media pressure. All the media is like, well, can he win outside of Golden State without Steph Curry basically being your equal, even though you won the 2 finals MVPs? And I feel like it was a lot of media pressure, people not saying they would take Kevin Durant seriously. So Kevin Durant's already feeling some type of way. And then Draymond just goes, you're a bitch. And
that we don't need you.
Yeah, you're a bitch and we don't need you. When you were the one crying after you lost the finals, like, Kevin Durant, I need you to come save me. LeBron's too good. I can't beat him without you. Like, you were the one crying on the phone after the finals. So it's like, yeah, he definitely pushed them out, but he's definitely helped them win a lot of games. But I think this season was time to move on from Draymond and Clay, just with what they did in the playoffs this year. But yeah, I think they made the wrong choice.